Right, here's the good news and the bad news, like everything else. There are funding opportunities. The documentary world has improved and increased and has become of major interest around the globe. Obviously, this creates two situations. One, the technology allows for you to make them for less money. Two, there's more competition. But because of the interest and because there are so many festivals and because of the example of Nifty, where young people get a chance to show their work, you've done the right thing by at least coming to the website and by applying to the Nifty Film Festival. There are the obvious ones that you may or may not have heard of, which are like the Sundance Documentary Fund, which is a wonderful organization that does concentrate mostly on civil issues and human rights issues, but they do give good grants, excuse me. And then there's something called ITVS, which is part of the public broadcasting system, which also is a wonderful place to try to apply. It's very competitive, and when they do give grants, they give big grants. I'm talking about six-figure grants. Often, you have to apply more than once to ITVS. You can be rejected 3 times and then finally get in. And what's wonderful about this is that they also, along the process, will give you critiques. In other words, you send in your application or a small trailer or whatever it is. They don't accept you. They tell you why. Go back and work on this. So you're getting some feedback. And then there's the obvious foundations, such as the Ford Foundation and the Gucci Tribeca Fund. If you look up, foundations.org, you will get a list of foundations in your states and your cities. And there's also the idea of going to your state arts council. In addition to this, there are many people find that they can raise money individually from people they know, their families. Most filmmakers, independent filmmakers that I know, go out and make a film and put it on their credit cards. This is how they begin if they're not lucky enough to have independent financing. And this can be done. We don't, encourage it, but it's, believe it or not, many people have had their start that way. Sometimes the subject in terms of a documentary is so timely that if you waited, you'd miss it. So sometimes I just say, go out, get it, get the footage right now, make a small trailer, get that trailer up online, somehow, because there are many ways to get your trailer out there now. And obviously, sometimes that leads you to funding possibilities. You may want to consider what we call fiscal sponsorship. This means that you become a nonprofit organization, or your film does, which is a 501c3. This doesn't mean that you will live in the nonprofit world and never make a penny. It just means that you have the opportunity as a nonprofit to raise money so people will donate money to your film with no expectations of getting a return. They are giving it because they get a tax benefit. You've got a completed film, then you have to get it on the festival circuit. And there is a festival circuit, and there's an A festival list, and there's a B festival list, and that A festival obviously is everyone's dream is to get into Sundance, whether it's a feature or whether it's a documentary. This is possible, but it's also very competitive. But there's a way to find out which film festival is appropriate for you. First of all, it's expensive. Second of all, not all of them are interested in what your film is about. So at least do your research and find out what the festivals are looking for. Go for it. That's all I can say. You have something you want to make, go for it. You're usually right. If the idea keeps sticking with you and you can't get it out of your mind and your soul, there's a reason for it.